Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. You have me, the Rhino, and we have a beer right here. This beer is from the Beer Academy, from the 6 Pints Specialty Beers Company. This is the craft line of Molson Coors. This brewery is closing. They are at 75 Victoria Street, Victoria Avenue. One second here. Trying to see where their address is on the bottle. That should be here on the bottle. Yeah, Victoria Street. I was right first. 75 Victoria Street, Toronto, Ontario. It is the location that was the home of Duggan's Brew Pub at one point. It was the home of Denison's at one point. It was the home of this, and in 10 months' time, it's going to be the home of a Creemore Springs Brew Pub. It won't be called Creemore Springs Brew Pub. It'll be called something else. Anyway, so right here we have a beer from the Beer Academy. So first we're going to be drinking it proper fucking glassware, motherfuckers. Hashtag proper glassware. But not really proper glassware, because this is a wheat beer glass and this is a Kolsch. And a Kolsch should be drank apparently in a footed tulip. What's it say down here? A tall and slender shape encourages the lighter aromas to concentrate in the narrow mouth, which heightens the beer's aromatic properties. This is 5.8% alcohol. It's an 8 on the SRM scale. It's a 28 on the IBU scale. So this is, again, the Beer Academy's Kolsch. So I have to thank Greg and his girlfriend for picking both of these up for me. They went out to this brewery and they picked me up a glass and they picked me up a couple of Beer Academy beers because I wanted to give them a shout out as they're closing. I wanted to give them I wanted to do a Beer Academy remembrance, really. So this is the first beer I'm going to drink from the Beer Academy, and it's the only beer I'm going to drink from the Beer Academy before they close, and the other beers I'm going to drink after they close. I'm sad to see them close. They made some great beers. I wish they had more for him to pick up for me. The Kolsch was what? It was Beer Academy Kolsch. Beer Academy Kolsch. $6.25 a bottle. Actually, all the Beer Academy beers were $6.25 a bottle. I told them that the Beer Academy actually sold their beers for a good price. So this is basically a cent per milliliter, because these are 625 milliliter bottles and they're $6.25. So you're paying 1 cent for every milliliter. I'm perfectly fine paying that. Let's pop into the beer. The only Kolsch's I've had that I've enjoyed so far has been Rose Lug Tread and the Track Layers Kolsch from Junction. So how I'm going to like this, I don't know. But this is at basement temperature. Greg's cousins just dropped this off to me today. Today is December 28th. So I am very, very, very grateful to get this. And look at that beer. That's actually a pretty beer. That is actually a pretty beer. It is what a Kolsch should be. It's very golden yellow. It has a very bright white head. Basically, in basic terms, a Kolsch is an aled lager. That is what Lug Tread is. It's a lagered. Sorry, it's a lagered ale is what it is. It's an aled lager. It's a lagered ale. Basically, take a pilsner and throw in ale yeast. There are differences more than that, but that's layman's terms. That's basically the difference. Oh man, it's a pretty beer. Beautiful color. No carbonation really moving in there, and just that beautiful bright white head. And there is a little snap, crackle, pop to the bright white head. Little tiny bit of beer left in the bottle. Okay. Smell, not really my thing. The smell kind of reminds me of a lot of the commercial Kolsch's you can get. And by commercial Kolsch, I mean non-craft Kolsch, and even some craft Kolsch's. Smells kind of straw-like. Straw-like, farm bedding even. Interesting. Yeah, farm-like. Animals. Animals is what's popping in my head. Animals. Uh, Usually you're expecting a little grassiness, a little more earthiness, a little touch of metallic, but yeah, I'm getting like a farmyard. So let's try it. Cheers. This isn't cold. A lot of Kolsch's usually drink cold. Ooh, I didn't notice that. Um, okay, let's try it. Cheers, boys and girls. Hmm. Can I say it's bad? No. Can I say it's something I really care to drink again? Again, no. Um, in my life of Kolsch's, is it the best Kolsch I've had? No. It's the worst Kolsch I've had? No. Where would I put this? I would put this probably right behind the Track Layers Kolsch from Junction and the Lug Tread from Bose. I'd put it right behind those two. It is a nice Kolsch. It is a good representation of the style. It does have a little bit of a hoppy background that sticks, but it's just your plain average lager, and it's fairly warm. It's not having any faults even at this warmth, so that's a great plus for it. Grainy, slightly sweet, slight bits of grassiness and the English hops in the background. Not a bad beer, not a bad beer at all. Nothing special, but nothing bad. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say at all. It's a beer. It's a beer that's drinkable. It is what you'd want from it. It's a Kolsch. It's a summer slammer. If this beer was more readily available, if Molson had actually put some money behind the Beer Academy and made these beers available, and Molson had the power to do it. I mean, Molson owns a good portion of the beer store. They could have put these beers in the beer store if they wanted to, instead of just having them sell at the brewery. This stuff would have moved. This stuff would have moved, and people would have loved it. I'm sad to see them go because though they are owned by a big conglomerate, they're technically the epitome of a craft brewery. They're small. They brew with they brew with natural ingredients. They brew with high quality ingredients, and they brew for taste more than for profit. And they're selling their beer at a price that is more for taste than for profit. And in all honesty, this beer is a good Kolsch. It's just not a great beer in general. And I wish that Molson had put more stock behind the beer. Most people didn't even know the Beer Academy was owned by Molson. A lot of people don't know Cremorne was owned by Molson, but even less people knew that the Beer Academy was owned by Molson. So Molson could have used this as their shock top of the U.S. or Blue Moon of the U.S. or Third Shift of the U.S. They could have used this in their advantage. They could have been transparent too and said, "This is our brewery. This is what we make. Let the beer talk for itself." Yeah, I would rather put my money into a brewery like Chente or Amsterdam or some other brewery in Ontario. I'd rather put my money to that. But if they make good beer at a good price, I will buy it, regardless of who owns it. I will buy it, and I'm sad to see them close because these guys made some good beer, and this is a good beer. Out of 10 on this, at 6.25 for a 6.25. This is a 7 out of 10 for me. It isn't a great beer, but it's a good beer. It's very easy to drink. It's very solid. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'm going to chug this beer off camera. I normally do them on camera, but I'm going to take a picture of it. And thank you guys again for watching, and bye-bye. Thank you, Greg, for picking this up.